notebook out of my locker, I found rotten food and garbage smeared all up and down my locker with a note. Everybody hates you, freak. Now, guaranteed you guys, the kids who did this, in their minds, they were just joking around. I mean, how often, you guys, are you hanging out by the lockers in between periods with a couple of friends, and somebody you and your friends don't think is cool or will weird you out for whatever reason, pass you in the hall. And you don't think it's any big deal. And they pass you in the hall, and you and your friends kind of roll your eyes and you crack up. And you say to yourselves, well, what's the big deal? We're just joking around. But you guys, it is not just joking around. There's this group of kids in the back of the bus who made these spitballs, and they would dump them in glue and then whip them at me. And at least 3 days a week, I'd have to cut out whole chunks of my hair. So my parents wouldn't let me ride the bus anymore.
And share your story with the students at Fairmont Senior High School.
Well, I do it all over, I do it all over the country, actually all over the world. So I've gotten used to being naked in front of audiences, or emotionally naked. But what was so remarkable about this experience specifically is these kids were so respectful and so attentive and so engaged. So normally by my third presentation, this is my third in a day, my energy is depleted, and I found that these kids actually, they sort of reignited my energy.
What were you hoping that everyone got out of your presentation today that they'll carry over through the rest of their high school days?
A threefold message. First, that it's not just joking around. Bullying does damage you for life. Second, that bullying isn't just the overt acts of cruelty, it's also the deliberate omission of compassion. And third, that if you are being bullied or you're an invisible student and feel like a ghost, that there's nothing wrong with you. It's everything that's right about you that sets you apart. Those three messages, if they can connect with those messages on a deep personal level, then I'm good.
What did you guys think of the presentation today? I'll ask you first.
Oh my gosh, it was so moving and so touching. And the best thing the thing I liked the most about it was that she gave parents tools to help their children.
Now, what about during the student presentation today? Do you think that it was well received by you and your peers?
Yeah, I was sitting towards the front of the group, and there were several of my friends that were crying and getting emotional through some of it. Some were acting out a little bit, just slight misbehavior. And then once she had talked about you're hurting me by laughing at me, they all just hushed, and it was very straightforward to her and very much respect towards her. So I think she made an impression on them.